In the recent past, I have made a couple of videos for my clients which talk about, which are actually on the lines of motivation. I've spoken about how to achieve success in life, how to achieve happiness in life, under my series of initial, I would say, Life 101, which I have made it Life Win-O-Win. That means in life, we need to have a win-win situation. While making these series, I also realized one factor, that it's so important to know yourself. And how do you know yourself? You know yourself through astrology, through numerology, that is through your birth chart. So every individual, I reiterate this fact, that every individual needs to have his birth chart mapped out. Needs to know astrologically what are his strengths and what are his weaknesses. So it's very important to know, who am I? What is my purpose on this earth? What are my talents? What is my attitude? How do I embark and know upon the correct career for myself? I am sure that you all realize that career can only be mapped out based on the talents you have. Career cannot be mapped out that, okay, so and so is an engineer making so much of money, or so and so is a doctor, or so and so is following a particular profession and making so much of money. And once you yourself get into that, you realize you are probably not as successful as the other person was whose lines you followed. Here is where astrology gives its power. It allows you to know whether you are suited for a particular kind of a job. Are you talented? Do you have the potentials? See, the basic lines in life are very, very clear in life. That is, we need our happiness, we need our health, and we need our wealth. All three are interrelated. If you are healthy, you can make your wealth. If you are healthy and you've made your wealth, comes in happiness. Because whether it is for family, or whether it is for yourself, or whether it is for living in this world, we all like to live well. That's a basic fact. And nothing comes in life without working. But if you're working towards a stream of profession or business in which you're talented in, and in which your potentials are best suited, or which gives you happiness, wealth is ensured. Now, how do I know all these basic things? A very simple phenomenon, which I have been talking over the years and telling my clients, that astrology and numerology do not look towards these subjects as predictions. These are social sciences which help you create your own prophecies in life. You want to be an actor? You need to know whether your talents are there. Are there potentials there? Are you capable of it? Astrology gives you a black and white picture of you yourself in your face. Can you become a good doctor? Well, astrology can actually pinpoint and say whether you can be or not. Now, that's not a prediction. That's basically telling you, are you talented for a particular thing? In case if you're talented, it reinforces your views, it re-energizes you, and you know that you will be passionate about it, and you know that you're going to make your money out of it. There are umpteen clients of mine who come back to me and say they started a particular business, but unfortunately where others are making money, they are not making the money. Now, basically, when I'm making their chart, through the placement of the stars or through the placements of the planets, I come to know whether this individual is genuinely interested in that particular business, or he's just taken up the business because he wanted to make money. So my advice would be accordingly, that this business is suited to you because you're passionate about this particular business, so wealth is bound to come in. You require a gestation period. But if you're not interested in that business and you don't have the talents for that business, there is no question whether it is 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, no gestation period is required, for you are not going to make the money. How can we be sure of this? We can be sure of this when we exactly come to know how the planets placed in our chart are affecting the energies in our body. These energies, that is the fire, air, earth, and water, help us to understand what is our true talent and how we can utilize these talents in a much, much progressive way. The planetary situations. The planetary situations in our birth chart helps us realize our potential. The planetary situations which are in the transitory chart, that is the year, help us to know whether we can utilize these talents or our potentials in a particular path efficiently, or do we need to change tracks to walk much faster in life. So it's very important to know, very important to believe, very important to trust your own intuitions, very important to know your own inner voice. It's a very simple phenomena here. When we are hungry, we definitely go out in search of food. Similarly, when we are hungry to know how my life can be utilized in the best possible way, then it's very important again to listen to your sixth sense through the studies of astrology and numerology and practically apply it to your lives. When you apply those things to your lives, or I would say the explanations that are given to you, that your planets are pointing towards these things in your life, you have to take it like sweet omens. They are like guidelines. Astrology always carves the path of life, and the walking you have to do it yourself. Whenever we are stuck in life, whenever we are second guessing our own thoughts and ourselves, whenever we are in doubt, whenever we are fearful, whenever our thoughts oscillate, you need to get back to your natal charts. You need to get back to know what are the planetary positions that are forcing you to behave the way that you are behaving now. Or why are the circumstances, why have you been surrounded by these circumstances that are not helping you to march forward, or that are not allowing you to go ahead in life? Through the planetary situations or through your own birth chart, you can actually come to know what is it, where are the obstacles. The moment you realize that these are the obstacles, you change your attitude. The moment you realize that these are the things, or these are the situations, or these are the people that are not allowing me to go ahead, you change your strategy of life. You can change that. Once having changed the strategy of life or the energies in your body through the stones, you actually can remarkably make your path to a more happier future in life. There's no question. If there are problems, there are solutions. If there are problems in life, if there are obstacles in life, there are ways to make bridges, there are ways to overcome them. Every plus has a minus, and every minus has a plus in life. A man is the complete total energy of fire, air, earth and water. But what happens is that some of these energies get imbalanced because certain planetary situations, your body is unable to take the energies of those planets. So that's how in one sector of your life you may be very weak. For example, a person may be emotionally a very fragile person. I have seen it in my life that the biggest problem in my life is that I am an emotional fool. In my initial years, I never accepted the fact, and neither did I realize it until I made my own chart and I realized that my biggest problem in life is self created because I am an emotional freak. I happen to trust people easily. Now, is that a negative point? I would say yes, it's a negative point, but I converted it into a positive point. I made it my strength. I haven't changed myself, I've only accepted the fact, and I truly believe that okay, astrologically, if it is telling me that I need to think things out rationally and be practical more than emotional, my decisions will be much more favorable, and that's exactly what happened in my life. Now, there are some people who are so excited in doing things that they tend to start running forward without thinking. Now, again, through your astrological planet placements, you come to know that this person has so much of fire energy in him that he is acting without thinking. So, we have to tell them, please stop, take a minute, do introspection, be practical, and then take your stance. And definitely they come back and say that our problems were solved, or we could overcome the obstacles, or my life has become healthy, wealthy, and much happier than before. Where we are doing so many things in life, we do our studies, we definitely study for a better life, we study and excel or experience ourselves in a particular field of work because we want to do that particular work very intelligently and very rationally, and we really want to make our money, right? So when a child, right from the beginning, from standard 1 to his masters, he's studying what the world is all about, how to work in the world, how to behave in the world, what are the things that are required for me to develop and become a whole good intelligent human being. Then why not take out time to know about yourself? What are your needs? What are your desires? What are the things that you're truly passionate about? What are the things that you're most talented in? What are the things that you will enjoy doing? How can you personally relate to people, whether it's in your personal life or whether it is in your professional life? How can I make myself healthy, wealthy, and wise? The answer comes through your natal charts, through knowing where are the placements of my planets that are affecting me, which are the planets that are uplifting me, and which are the planets that are weak in my chart, and how I can energize and uplift it. It's very easy, it's very simple, and all is a matter of belief. Belief in yourself, where you were born, and what are the things that you possess, both mentally, physically, and from your soul, to help you become healthy, wealthy, and wise.